Record. And record. So everything is going now. We're all in one there.
Yeah.
Spatial unity.
It looks like it's working.
In one spatial unity.
Unity.
Kiss the ring.
All right.
So what episode is this?
This is episode 21 of Neon Genesis, Not a Podcast. I'm Harry. I'm joined with Chris Calsetta.
Oh, I know.
We are back. Dan is practicing right now. I don't know which band it is, but I'm sure it's one of the good ones.
It's probably Violet Silhouette.
Yeah, I think they have a show. I think they have a show this weekend.
Makes more sense.
But me and Chris are here, just
keeping it alive.
Keeping it alive. I released the Brood episode today, so it is, there's a pulse.
That's a good thing.
Technically,
otherwise we're just doing this to drink.
No, I mean,
microphones.
That's true. But there was a time when I was 2 weeks behind on the edits.
Yeah, it's true.
And now we're right there. So I think it's not bad to release 2 episodes. We could record 3 episodes a month and release 2 and have a little bit of a lag,
Believe in lag.
That's true.
Get in there. Do the work. It's not that hard.
We need to keep, I think bringing on,
guests.
Interesting guests, guests to come on and just add a little bit. This is working a little bit better here. I changed it now, so I have one of your video feed being recorded through OBS, right? And in OBS, I'm actually able to send it to the hard drive. So your camera is going to that, and then mine, I'm recording through QuickTime, and
it's just adorable.
It's a 1 terabyte hard drive that I bought just for this. It's a little guy. That's crazy.
It is. It's crazy by today's standards. I have a terabyte micro SDs.
How? Yeah.
Why is the whole world at this size? Come on.
So I mean, so you mean a card, like a memory card?
Micro SD.
So I mean,
a terabyte.
I don't know a lot about storage solutions or anything. Not
Silicon Valley.
I think it has more to do with so in this instance, this is built more so for transfer rate, and also durability. Yeah. So I'm sure, even though they can make the storage that small.
Oh, yeah. Well, even micro SDs, but you can buy them that have different.
But you can get
transfer rates.
You can get an adapter too. I've seen people that have little adapters for those cards that put a little fan on it too. It's a stick that has
it should heats up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
don't think gets hot.
I have an Ultra that I use for emulating. In my handhelds and my shit that I'm always building and doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, read speeds and write speeds are very fucking important. Incredibly important.
Yeah.
Especially when you're, trying to emulate shit that's on, disc. Should be on CDs, should be on,
what are you
about Saturn games, PS2 games.
What are you playing right now?
Dragon Quest 8.
Okay. What Dragon Quest are they on currently?
Oh, I don't know. It's in the 13, 14, somewhere in there. This is PS2. Yeah. Never finished it. Drugs. It was in that PS2 era. So
if you're on the right kind of downers, it's really hard to play turn-based storytelling driven game.
I was loving all of it. Yeah, I was nodding off but again, it was just one of those I think I'm gonna go out drinking. I don't like the town I'm in right now and what I'm doing. So I'm going to disappear for a few months. Maybe I'll revisit it. Maybe I won't.
Yeah.
I never did.
I'll just bring my PlayStation Vita and play, Persona in the club.
I used to have that. I had a PSP Go that I had rooted.
Yeah.
That I'd sit at the bar and Marcus would watch me. I'd speed run Mega Man 2, then Super Mario 2, then fucking be all right, well, that's been an hour. I just speed ran 3 NES games real fucking done. I got 2, rounds in me.
That's amazing.
Now I feel good.
I'm not actually a Persona fan. I played a couple of them, but it's actually kind of when people are big Persona fans, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's cultish. Well, besides that, it really depends on what kind of player you are.
No, the fans are cultish.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, like it is a cool concept. The art's cool. The fighting scenes are like the fighting system is like really stylish, and like the music is really good. There's tons of good stuff about Persona, but there's also like people who get really weird about it.
Yeah.
And I need to distinguish myself from that group of people. I played, I think, a little bit of 3, and then I played a little bit, I think, of 5.
Like,
but I've never been able to get through it. It's just the storyline has never been compelling enough to me. It's just
so it's hard the older we get, finding the time to have like to sit down with an RPG.
Well, right now I'm unemployed, so I'm playing through all the greats.
But again, it's still,
yeah.
As we get older, time moves faster.
That's true.
It's relative.
That's true.
It. When we were in our teens and early 20s, it was one of those like, you kidding me? At the shit I could do in a day.
Time went way.
Shit I could do in a day.
Time went way slower.
Now. Oh my God. I'm lucky if I get 6 things done in a day. Where before it'd be like, oh shit, it's only 2:00. Look at everything I've done. I can sit and play a game for 6 hours right now.
Yeah.
6 hours to me, that's a day. It's gone.
And it would only feel like 6 hours, but it was actually 12 hours. Yeah. And you'd still end up and it would only be 3 p.m.
Exactly.
And it'd be like, how is this even possible? The sun is just going down, but I just gamed for 15 hours. Like
I haven't been able to do that.
I remember playing Xenogears like a gremlin, like hunched over. My parents would like bring me food because I wouldn't leave like the room when I was playing this game. I should have never even been playing it back then.
It's amazing they were willing to do that.
Well, they were concerned I wasn't going to eat. That's like,
they were enabling you to stay alive.
Xenogears is like I think one of the best games of all time.
That's a PS1 fucking masterpiece.
Double disc RPG.
Yep.
That had it was, and it had they have nothing.
Some of their finest.
Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Before they became Square.
Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix. Yeah.
They were Square, then they became Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of people don't realize that the first Final Fantasy, that was like the end of Square. That was their last ditch effort. But before that, they made Rad Racer.
Yeah.
That was Square. They made I can't think of anything else right now. I've got a drink.
Chrono Trigger.
Well, now you're talking 3 generations past. I'm talking about NES. I'm talking about Famicom.
That's older than me.
Like,
my first console was a Sega Genesis, and I got it like on the tail end. I was born in '90, so I did get. I feel like one of the best chunks of early gaming. You know, like even though like the older stuff is definitely iconic, but like it
was a turning point.
I went, from Sega Genesis to PlayStation 1 playing Twisted Metal, like to PlayStation 2 to then Xbox 360 with Halo. Like it's been gaming has been good, but it's definitely like not as good as it was.
Yeah, we were a Nintendo household. Well, we were
through and through.
First obviously it was a 2600. Yeah, we didn't have it in television. Stephen Geller had it in television. He had all the weird consoles too. He had an Amiga. He had a lot of European level, personal computer shits.
Where did you go to buy the old consoles? Were they just at like department stores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to Sears. Our Atari 2600 was a Sears Atari 2600 because again, they would be actually branded to the department store back then.
How are Sears? How is that place still open?
Are they?
I think there's some still. Really?
Did I go to a mall last Christmas?
Veronica doesn't drag you to the mall?
No, God, no. We might go to the outlets. And even then, it's because of like 1 or 2 specific stores.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been to the mall. I don't think to go. See, and that's what sucks. I miss that about Christmas. That's like the only time where I really think about the mall is walking to hearing the music over everything. And
I hate when there's so many people there.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's kinda nice.
I'll go in for a pretzel.
Yeah, a Wetzel's? Or Auntie Anne's.
It really depends. Like, I'll pick your poison, but
Auntie Anne's all day, every day.
Over Wetzel's?
Even on the holidays.
I think that they're almost identical to me.
No.
No?
No, man.
I don't know why
Shit,
the
no, I
pepperoni
believe
pretzels
you get
take
your
so
ass
long to
kicked
make.
saying something like
Really?
that, man.
That's a weird thing to. That's a weird hill to die on.
No, man.
Annie she's the queen of pretzels. Wetzel isn't allowed here.
Fuck you, Wetzel.
I'm trying to think. Why do I have an attachment to Wetzel's?
Was that was probably the pretzel place for your mall?
No. I've had arcs in many malls. So, like, let's talk about malls, right? My first mall growing up in New Jersey was it was just the Edison Mall, and we also had the Woodbridge Mall, which was nice. But I grew up in Edison.
This is a northern thing too, because it's one of those, like, you had your mall, and then you had another mall that something special about that one, but it's a drive.
Yeah.
We would have the Laurel Mall, and that's one of those, like, we have Montgomery Mall, which is like, oh, we're talking about a 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
Montgomery Mall, that's where it is.
Woodbridge Mall had a merry-go-round.
Yeah, you had shit like that. We had the Laurel Mall, which had amazing, so they had a Spencer's.
Yeah.
They had good stores and everything like that. And then you had Columbia Mall. Columbia Mall was 2 stories.
And that
Laurel and Montgomery, 1 story, that was it. Columbia Mall was 2 stories.
And where was this? What state?
It's all in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I think your first mall is like where you, like, where you're a teenager. If you had that experience, I don't know if kids still have that experience. Yeah. Like, my mall in Edison was awesome. It had a real arcade, right? A real one. And it had a movie theater next to it. I watched Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers 11 times in that theater. I still have all the ticket stubs.
Jesus Christ.
I thought Helm's Deep was like the coolest thing I've ever, like,
the closest I had to that was when the first Spider-Man came out.
Yeah.
I went and saw it.
That's a fucking great movie.
Either 4 or 5 times opening day. I jump streeted and went boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm just going over and over and over and over and over. Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
For me, I just thought
it doesn't exist anymore, but
no.
Like right now, do you think there's somebody out there seeing Deadpool Wolverine?
Well,
that many times.
It just came out. It came out today, right? Or it's coming out tomorrow.
Well, Marcus had brought it up when we were taking care of the bar and doing all that shit. He was like, now all I have to do is stop people from giving me spoilers about it. I was like, spoilers? Who the fuck can't? Are you serious? Did you care about spoilers on the second one?
Well,
I was like, really? This isn't the kind of movie that's going to have spoilers. This isn't going to lead into something else that's going to be that entirely important.
That's true. When
he was like, well, I didn't know, I didn't know about Juggernaut, and I was like, and what part to the story was he integral? Who the fuck cares?
You went to a couple of the movies with us, right? Like when we used to go to, no? That was okay. That you were post that.
Yeah, I was not here. I was not back again.
Yeah. So like,
the first one was what was it?
Was it Star Wars? Yeah, we were. Yeah, we started.
Travis came as well.
Was it Rogue One?
No.
You didn't see Rogue One with us?
No.
Yeah.
No. What was it?
It was it wasn't Force Awakens. It was the one after it.
No. Yeah, because I was still at no hard feelings.
It was the one after it.
Awakens came out.
The second one.
Was it?
Well, I don't know. Do you remember what I think it was the second one.
It was a Star Wars movie. I know that for sure.
Yeah, in the new trilogy, I think it was the second one.
Because this funny story.
So I saw The Force Awakens with an extra.
Travis was still COO of the company at that time, and Marcus had mentioned to him in passing, "Hey, you want to come see the Star Wars movie? We got this and this and this." Because
yeah. That was.
And he was like,
"I was there.
Yeah, man, I want to go."
I was there for that. Yeah.
And then we all drank and talked about it at O'Shea's afterwards.
Yeah.
And then it was like a week or two later, Travis was just in here watching and carrying on, COOing the company and everything, and saw Marcus do a comp and give a guy a drink and a shot and just comp. And he was like, "What are you doing? What is that?" And Marcus turns and goes, "That's the guy who got us all them tickets for free to go see the movie, a day before."
That's right, because he knew the manager.
All right. In that moment, he was like, "Touche? Okay. That's how we do business." I was like, "You're damn right. That's how we do business." But
yeah.
Which one was it?
I think it was
it might have been the second
one. It may have been the third one, because like, it may have been the third one. I don't know. I kind of remember Luke. I remember the Luke scenes.
Yeah, it would have been The Last Jedi, maybe.
That was the last one.
No,
That was the second one.
that was Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Those movies are kind of lost on me.
My brain is fried.
I don't hate them as much as like that Star Wars theory guy on YouTube hates them. Like he hates pretty much everything.
I hate everything. All right, nobody's taking my title.
Yeah,
But
you guys would be. You guys
like
are kind of brothers in
I
that.
don't like them. They're not good.
They weren't. The prequels were better.
Funny enough, I remember Force Awakens, me leaving the theater and going, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. I mean, I left the theater, and funny enough, the people that were with me, who were nowhere near the level of caring about lore and getting angry at stuff, were the ones who were angry. Just like, wow, cool, we just saw A New Hope. That was fucking stupid. It was one I was like, whoa. Well, I know 2 of you are on cocaine right now, but you.
I was one of them.
You, come on. I'm shocked you're this mad right now. It's amazing. I'll shake your hand.
That was my thought after. I was like, oh, cool, a new version of A New Hope with a female Luke and even
Kathleen Kennedy. Why can't she get her ear clipped? Why can't we get?
I don't know. I can't comment. I'm gonna be sending like some cold DMs to some people at Lucasfilms to try and get them to read my script.
Do nothing.
No, Lucasfilms still is an ancillary unit to Disney. They make Kathleen Kennedy she runs Lucasfilms.
Yeah, but they have no real.
Yeah, they do. They're the ones that
have final call.
Well, no, I don't think they have the final call, but they're the ones that come up with the plans and they bring it to them, and like I don't know, but either way, I have the entire script. I think I showed you a little bit, but I have the entire script of the first episode and an outline for the first season, where
we talked about it.
You're going to the Clone Wars for some PTSD.
Jesus Christ.
Well, your health insurance is good, so we're going to keep fucking getting you.
Once before. Bio woman.
I just think like.
I'll Spike Spiegel the hell out of it. I could Steve Bloom.
I don't know the English dub quotes.
But it should still be the same one.
They took a lot of liberties back then.
On the contrary.
He is a good voice actor though.
Recently, and Veronica and I just watching YouTube on a Sunday.
What?
The Guyver.
Hmm?
You never watched or read Guyver?
Red
Bio Booster Armor. It's like some of the best 80s manga and anime you could see. It was very adult.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Watch it, Google it. The Guyver.
Guyver.
There you go. Look at that.
Is he related to MacGyver in any way?
Oh, he wishes. If he didn't have his Bio Booster Armor, he wouldn't be able to do shit.
Looks like a lizard person.
A bit.
Oh, he is a lizard person.
He fights lizard people, that's for sure, and other Bio Booster armors.
Is this like
It's very
like a Kamen Rider?
You could kind of put it into a similar category because again, here we are wearing suits.
Henshin.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that.
He doesn't have a morpher.
So they did 2 live action movies here in America. The first one doesn't star, but Mark Hamill is in it with a mustache.
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill with a mustache.
Are you talking about there's 1991.
There you go. That should be the first movie.
Why do they think that this is going to be amazing?
Oh, because again, that the concept is fantastic.
It looks like the Green Goblin a bit like there.
Dude, no, the practical effects are amazing. I'm not going to say that the story's fantastic, but what was the Star Wars movie that we all went to see with Travis and
was it Last Jedi?
Rise of Skywalker.
No, it wasn't. Because I saw that with JR and everybody.
No, you went and saw Force Awakens. No.
Yeah.
I saw that with no.
We tried to get you to see it with us, but you didn't want to.
Me?
No, him.
Oh, yeah, I saw it with No Hard Feelings. I was still there.
Whatever the third one was.
Rise of Skywalker.
Because I did look at, because I remember looking.
That's right. I didn't see it with you guys, but I met up with you guys.
After.
And I had to keep my mouth shut because I saw the showing first.
Yeah,
That's right.
that sounds
There
right.
it is. There it is. That makes more sense.
That does sound right.
Fucking terrible movie.
I tried to rewatch them.
It's impossible.
Do you watch The Acolyte?
No. That's Star Wars out.
Yeah, we all are.
That's why I'm gonna change that.
Yeah.
With my new show.
Oh, I did the first one I actually enjoyed.
Have you heard about this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was yapping to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What? Dude, the anagram of my name?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't know he had said that to
Oh,
you.
it's
before.
yeah.
He did tell me
Yes,
that.
it's
Yeah.
brought up.
I really want him to do the voice acting.
What's animated?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yes, that's cheaper. It's
1,000. I thought, yeah, no, yeah. You just gotta
Live
do it.
action. I got a bad sciatic.
No, it's it definitely needs to be animated. Like I want it to be like a Rick and Morty, BoJack Horseman, Star Wars, right? Where it's all like because Star Trek did
Just
Lower Decks.
huh?
Star Trek did Lower Decks. I want to make it the Star Wars equivalent of Lower Decks, right? But also,
solar opposites.
Yeah.
so Solar Opposites is good. I'm not saying it's not,
Whoa.
Yeah.
but it's just.
things you could ever see.
But the concept of Star Trek Lower Decks is that like all the Star Trek series, they only focus on the bridge crew,
Yeah.
right? But there's lots of other people that work on the ship.
There's hundreds of
People on the lower decks that don't really get mentioned or named or don't get any notoriety, or like things happen to them and you don't hear about it, right? So why not have a Jedi get addicted to drugs in the lower decks of the Jedi Temple, and we send them to Star Wars rehab?
Family separation. The thing.
The pending, yeah, and honestly, like in and they've said they're doubling down on what they're doing with the Acolyte, which is kind of terrifying. It wasn't what I thought that it was going to be. Like,
Was I correct in my assumption of who that shadowy figure was?
who the guy was? It was the Asian guy.
Was it? See?
Yeah,
I think I called that. I don't
Yeah,
know. We gotta go listen back on the previous episode.
the dude from
No, I said it was the guy who was in the who was
the Gremlin shopkeeper guy. He was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It
him.
wasn't a gremlin. It was him.
Yeah,
I
you're right.
feel like Polly Walnuts right here. You see, I told you.
He's the
You
he's
said gremlin shopkeeper guy. Do you mean a guy who looks like a gremlin, or the guy from the movie Gremlins?
Oh, I
That is the
wish he was still
shopkeeper.
alive.
No, like a guy who looked like him. I know he's dead. It's
He's just a guy who seemingly, like, when his first appearance on the show, he was running a shop, and like they went to him and saw him at.
Knew it.
Are there any honest shop owners in the Star Wars universe?
Never.
Who
No, never.
It's George Lucas's hot take on
capitalism. Yeah, that could be true.
Not one.
Not one.
But yeah, basically, like what they're alluding to is so they're setting up the framework for what will be the Knights of Ren, right?
Oh,
Which
come on.
so yeah, so I mean, like, and this is in the High Republic era.
The fuck cares?
So
Who the fuck cares?
so I think that they had like a weird like 2-second cameo in a weird second of the last episode of the Acolyte where they had Darth Plagueis,
Okay.
who
The
shoved
wise.
yeah,
There you are.
Plagueis the Wise. He shows up, and it's like they're like landing the ship, or like they're about to land on the planet again, and he just like peeps out from like in a cave, and he's just like, it's just like he just like it's just like his hands just go like this, and then he doesn't say anything, and then they just pan away, and that's the last you see of him. But now, like, they've announced that, they're doing season 2. Like, there's been a full body, like, kind of like mock-up that they've done, because I guess Plagueis is going to play more of a part in the second season. But technically, this is a period.
Fuck about the Knights of Ren.
So, but Plagueis does.
Yeah.
He doesn't, he probably fucking hates that. So I think he's stalking them, and he's just gonna like I think at some point he's like either gonna wipe them out or I don't know. But then that wouldn't make sense either. Maybe.
It can't unless they're gonna wipe all that canon, which they said they were gonna. But
all of this is taking place before the Phantom Menace.
yeah,
This
that's
is
my
not.
point.
This is in the
Yeah,
end of the
I
High
know.
Republic era. So
Why
why
would the Knights of Ren still
even
be
ex-
around for fucking way? We're talking
Unless-
way past.
unless it's like something that Plagueis allows to happen for some reason? But that negates the rule of two, which is just
There
like,
you
you know,
go.
not something that he would
Which
do.
is his rule.
Not well, it's not his rule.
He established it.
No, Bane did.
Did he? Really?
Yeah, it was way before
Was that
Plagueis,
Bane?
that rule of two.
Okay. All right. Or
So Bane existed in a period of time similar to Knights of the Old Republic, where there's a
look at
Sith.
the camera and tell them.
There's a Sith army. there's a Sith army and there's a Jedi army, and it's kind of crazy because the people of the Republic of the Inner Rim or whatever, they call it the Jedi Civil War because they can't distinguish Jedi from Sith. So they just think
Yes.
that most of them back then were just bad Jedi, you know, like they were just, or not bad, they were Jedi who were just astray. But back at this point with Bane, it wasn't like that.
No.
They were recruiting people, like it was a whole thing. And he was the son of a miner who, like someone who was working in the mines of on this like mining planet. He was like a slave, and he owed, like his dad owed all of this money, and he had to live there. And his dad was a dickhead, and like this Sith soldier or something shows up at this bar on the mining planet and like plays a card game with some dudes and starts a fight. And then next thing you know, Bane goes to the Sith temple to become a Sith. He starts off in the army. He becomes like the head of his platoon, and it's like his platoon is like, they're known for like being on the front line and like surviving somehow. It's
Seeing badasses.
yeah. So eventually he gets scouted and then becomes part. He gets invited to go train on Korriban, I think, and you know, becomes a Sith initiate. And as he's training with all these people, he like basically sneaks off into the library all the time, starts reading old Sith texts, and slowly in his mind he starts realizing that the way that the Sith of that time are doing things makes no sense.
No.
That the dark side exists, you know, for, you know, to accumulate, gather, and, you know, become more powerful. The only way that the Sith can exist, or the dark side can thrive, is if there's two. And he comes to this
master,
yeah,
and an apprentice.
exactly. And he comes to that conclusion, and basically like tricks all of the Sith lords of that time, who were like, basically they had a council like the Jedi did. And he tricks all of them into doing a like ancient Sith ritual that basically fucking suspends their consciousness like in the planet, like in this like force thing. It's like basically like being stuck on purgatory, or it's like worse than hell is like how it's described. But he does it to everyone on this entire planet. So all the
kill me.
It was yeah. It was like there's like this big conflict that it bubbled up to, where all these like prominent Jedi and all these people, like all these Sith, were on the planet at the same time.
Yeah.
And he basically kills all the Sith at once, and then becomes the only one left.
Yeah.
And he goes into hiding and eventually picks up an apprentice. Yeah.
And he sticks his hand out.
Well, then
Yeah,
he's
the
and then he's
acolytes.
covered in those
And he
monoliths.
gives a little.
He gets covered in these parasites. That's kind of the most notable thing about him, is that like he like, if you look at pictures of him, he's covered in like this like weird bug armor thing. And it's like there's nothing, he can't get it off. It's like it's a permanent. And it's like constantly seeping energy from him. So it's like there's at the end of because there's 3 Bane books, and at the end of the 3rd one he has an apprentice and they fight, and at the end you don't know whether because like she's the one who walks away, but he was trying to learn how to take over someone's body so he can get rid of his shitty, you know, bug ridden body. Though but the bugs gave him excellent protection against lightsabers and blaster bolts because there was like these giant cockroach things. They're gross. They need to do a show about Darth Bane. Like I would love.
You've said that for many, many years now.
They're just not. They're just like I don't know. They're just.
They're fucking up.
They're missing the boat.
They're fucking up.
They're
Calsetta.
Star Wars and chill. But yeah, I could talk about Star Wars all day long.
You know, but we have other things to talk about at the same time.
We could talk about more stuff.
We have political things to talk about.
I think like the last time we talked, it was before the attempt.
Clipping.
The attempt.
The clipping before Biden gave up.
Oh, that's a whole other fucking can of worms. We gotta do it we gotta do it in chronological order. Right. First thing that happens is the assassination attempt, where absolutely insane how that happened. Like they had snipers on the roof that saw the shooter. It didn't do anything until after they started shooting. Like a lot of people got fired.
Do you believe that's a sign?
I don't know.
It's one of those, like, even after the fact, the videos that are coming out right now. I saw the one from I saw it on Instagram, so it's already gotten through all the filters of the world. That showed the one guy going over like, well, yeah, this is where the shooter was. We know that. And the motorcycle down here. We got this guy here. And he said it's his bike and it's this and this. And it's one of those like, y'all are real lackadaisical right now. Everybody's kind of like,
there's just
hired the wrong kid.
There's just a lot of things like, with the kid, like, there was a YouTube video on the BlackRock fucking YouTube channel, like of him in it, like where they were shooting a video at his school, like a promotional video. And he was like in that like a year before. And like, there's so many people online that just talk about how like evil BlackRock is. I don't know if they're evil or not, but a lot of people seem to think that like they might be evil. I don't know, but like there's so many other things. Like what the last thing he was looking at on the internet was porn. Before he did it, so he had post nut clarity and still went through. He still went through with it.
That's how you stay steady.
He still went through with it. That's crazy.
No, that's how you stay steady.
He was resolute in what he was doing. I don't know.
Let me tell you about a little assassin by the name of Golgo 13.
Did he do the same thing?
He always bangs a bitch before he kills somebody. It's just a fact. There's plenty of animated movies you can watch.
Tradition.
Watch The Professional, Golgo 13. It might be I think it's the longest running manga.
Yeah?
Go on and Google it.
What is it called?
Golgo 13. Golgo 13.
Longer than One Piece?
Yo, by far. It starts in the 70s, bud.
And it's still releasing?
Yeah. You ready for this?
Let's see.
He is the Duke Togo.
Published in Shoga Kutari's Seinen magazine, manga magazine, big comic since October 1968.
68.
Whoa.
There you go. Hey. See if I can get that on camera. Where is he?
Oh my god! And I like the way that this dude.
He's right here in the front of my ship.
You got him on your leg.
Yes, he should be. Oh, I got a bad hip.
You okay?
Get a bad hip.
They model like every like hard-boiled cop character after this guy.
Yeah, he has the eyebrows.
He does.
That's Duke Togo, Japanese American.
I'm surprised no one's ever called me.
They did a 2013 anime you could watch that you would actually enjoy, but he is.
2013 was a dirty year. That might be like, is it CGI?
No, he is the greatest sniper ever. Bill Clinton hired him, and he's so many different. That's how good this is.
He's a better shot than
yes.
Jigen from Lupin.
Yes. Yeah, you can Google it. Google it; it'll still tell you. Yes.
What makes him such a good shot? Does he have a power?
No, nothing. He's just that good. He's just that good. That's it. Shoots you between your eyes most times.
What about the dude from Spy Family?
Oh, fuck off. Not even close.
That guy is pretty...
Duke Togo All right. Perfect.
Duke Togo-sama.
So, well, never turns his back to anyone.
Togo-sama.
Never. It's one of the greatest things you could ever watch or read. He's fantastic.
Knife throwing expert.
Everything.
Is he like Japanese Jason Bourne? Or like...
Yeah. Oh, my boy. Like, yes. If you want to try to put it in the certain terms, I don't know. I need more bourbon.
What's Florida Chase? Episode 25, Florida Chase. One of Google 13's most grisly kills occurs in this episode, featuring an armored van using to spring an international drug lord from custody. Unable to stop the van, the U.S. hires Golgo 13 to take out the drug lord before he can escape over the Mexican border.
That's right.
That's crazy.
He has a specific amount of money. There's only certain ways you can contact him. Once the contract is in place, there's no turning back. It's over. That's it. It's
Okay.
It's done. The impossible will happen.
Oh, adida.
He will fuck somebody and then he will kill somebody because he needs that post-nut clarity. Keep your hands steady.
Is it the same author? Who's still...
No, he passed away some years ago. I can't think exactly how long ago.
Yeah. And then they passed the torch?
To Calsetta, I think was his name. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
I'd love to hear like what his motivation was, the original guy. Like, what do you think it was? James Bond?
There's plenty of interviews you can read and watch.
It came out in 1968. It shouldn't have come from nowhere.
Everything. It's so good. 2 live action movies, 3 animated movies, fucking so much manga.
Golgo 13. I'm sleeping on it.
2 NES games. An arcade game that has a sniper rifle before Sniper Scope that you can get up in. Visual novel games on DS.
Wow.
Yeah. Master System games. Fucking, yeah.
It's like when
I remember this very vividly. This was Christmas 1987.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 87. I'm sorry. It was 89. And we are in Cleveland, Ohio. And my father takes me and my brother to Toys R Us because we had to buy some other things. We got Final Fantasy, the first Final Fantasy on NES. And we got Top Secret Episode Golgo 13 at the same time.
And you put that one in first?
I think we might have gotten Super Mario 2 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And Golgo 13 was one of those games where we're playing it and everything. And my father would watch and sometimes play games. And then when he realized what was actually happening in this game, it was one of those like, you guys can't play this game anymore. No, absolutely not. You would smoke cigarettes to get your health back.
They didn't even do that at Duke Nukem.
There are scenes where he plows a chick. And again, I didn't understand what that was.
On the NES?
Like, look, yes.
That's crazy.
It was, and not understanding, because by seeing top secret episode, as kids, we thought that maybe he's a secret agent or this. And it's like, oh no, as an adult now and seeing it, it's like, this is blatantly, this is a hitman. This is an assassin. This is amazing. That's one of the greatest things ever. Hard as balls.
You've convinced me. It's kind of like, it's kind of
a custom-made M16.
Does it have a name?
No.
No?
No. I'm telling you, you get into this character, you'd be like, holy shit.
I like see, and that's kind of the thing. Like, it's like you think like like I think that I know like a lot more anime than probably most people, right? But I think like most of the public like think about anime and they have like a very specific thing that they think of in their head, whether it's Goku screaming or like sexual women, like female voice actors. It's just like it's such anime and manga. It's such an expansive like medium. It's like I can't believe like there's something that there's like this big that I've never heard of before, and I've just seen basically references of it. Where people are just like paying homage to the character by creating another character in its image.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's just like things just keep going over my head.
Copy and pasting. That's where Dan to Dan comes in.
Yeah.
This is you can see the tropes in it, but at the same time, you're like, holy fuck! A, the storytelling is absolutely amazing, and B,
Absolutely.
that's an answer to my drink order. Number 2.
Yeah. Is Marcus gonna come with a tray?
Oh, he's gonna bring my makers on the rocks. Light pour, please.
He doesn't. That's not in his vocabulary.
Yeah, it is. He knows. I still have things to do around here before I'm off.
I thought you were off.
I said semi-off.
What does that mean?
That means I have to set everything up before I leave.
What do you have to set up?
Well, I got the patio halfway there. I have to make sure the projections.
Are you living on a prayer?
Oh, I wish. Hey, bud, I'm not a Jersey kid. All right.
It's a Jersey thing.
It is a Jersey thing. Take it so much. Yeah. You're a good man.
Kingmaker.
Yeah, no, I can't. I wish. Are you kidding me? Funny enough, I saw a thing on Instagram. I don't know why it was recommended or suggested to me, but it was about Liam Gallagher of Oasis
What about him?
and how I think I saved it, how somehow he got John Bon Jovi's phone number and would just call him at all hours and tell him his music sucks. And fucking, let me find you the actual.
Do you ever watch?
It made me laugh pretty hard.
Do you ever watch Eden of the East?
No.
Oasis did the opening song.
Oasis sucks. I'm sorry.
They have a couple good songs outside of Wonderwall.
They have nothing.
What?
There you go. You go on and read that.
Oh my God! Is this the same one that the Olympics have?
No.
Is it? Oh, you know, this is the first time I'm holding the flip.
Feels good, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. Like with the dent in the middle, it's a speed bump. What the fuck? They're like, yo, slow down.
Yeah. As you should. Hey, maybe smell the roses. You have to read it out loud to the people.
John Bon Jovi, Liam Gallagher was giving me nuisance phone calls for over a decade. God knows how he got my number. He would ring at 3 or 4 in the morning just to tell me my music was shit. Sometimes he would call me the bastard son of Richard Branson, and other times he would shout Lionhead down the phone until I hung up. In the end, I offered to pay him $500,000 and begged him to stop. He told me to eat shit. I would have taken the deal.
If that's true.
I would have taken the deal.
If that's true, that's hysterical.
That is pretty funny.
That's hysterical.
But
because again, if I had to choose between Oasis and Bon Jovi, I'm taking Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah, me
That's it.
Me too, brother.
That's literally it.
Me too. Yeah, no.
Today is fuck off. Fuck off.
I like Don't Look Back in Anger.
I believe that.
That song's good. And I
You're a
also
depressive kind of guy.
No. not like externally. Like I'm not like fucking. I would never fucking tell somebody I'm depressed.
Make it somebody else's problem.
No, I would never. I suffer fucking immensely alone, and that's how you should do
that song.
it. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say. And so sadly
yes, you're damn right. You should be a man or woman, whichever. Hey, you suffer in silence.
That's right.
That's what you do.
Don't ask, don't tell.
You know, you don't need to reveal that.
It's like, is that under George W?
Clinton.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, they did an opening song for an anime called Eden of the East.
I know Eden of the East. I
Okay.
love it.
Yeah. It was actually a really cool concept where it was just like mysteriously a bunch of people get a phone, a secret phone, which gives them access to an insane amount of money, and they're all given the task to change the world for the better, right? And it's if you run out of money, right, you lose and they kill you. But it's like they base it all under this concept of noblesse oblige. They use that word a lot. I think it's actually on the phones too, where it's like the obligation of the noble class to help, the lower class. It's kind of like how in feudal times and when, we had monarchies, real ones, not vampires. But back then that was kind of the understanding on how monarch, outside of like, having armies or castles and stuff, the way that the understanding between the lower class and the monarchy was noblesse oblige. Like they will take care of the little I think again, and if they don't, then they cut their head off. That's when noblesse oblige stops. But they use that concept a lot with it. It's really kind of it's a really cool, really well animated show. I think it's 2 seasons, but it's like a remix of an Oasis song called "Falling Down," and it's really good. And you wouldn't expect it because it's like all in English, and I think this was like 2000 and
You see how
7. Why are you so? Why? You don't like? Why do you hate? What the hell?
That's like somebody asking, why do I hate Sweet Caroline?
Oh, that's a given. You work in a bar for a month with a touch tunes and you're cooked.
Right now. Neil Diamond.
Switch the wheel that breaks.
People don't like the Oasis. Are English soccer hooligans. Maddie hates Oasis. Maddie. Maddie hates Oasis.
Is that true?
Maddie hates Sweet Caroline. Maddie hates.
Yeah. I hate Sweet Caroline too. That's not weird.
1 second.
Yeah, go ahead, let him in. Catch the wheel that breaks the butterfly.
Catch the wheel. Keep that movie up, Bob.
I know.
Are they chill?
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, it was
Stop punishing people.
It was Prodigy who did the remix.
Prodigy remixing Oasis. Everything about Dan is sneezing right now. I like how you're skipping through it.
I'm trying to it's a lot of fucking
Find
garble. It's a lot of Prodigy garble.
It's the Prodigy.
You got just the the opening hook is great. Hold on. Listen.
I'm gonna give it to them. I'm just the originator. No.
Catch the wheel that breaks the butterfly. A grace that fills the ocean wide.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
The choice it's all to God to know there.
This is terrible.
It's not that bad.
It's terrible.
Am I feeling out of nowhere? And if you won't save me, please don't waste my time.
This is terrible.
The Prodigy part is bad, but
This is terrible.
but that it's actually not that. I don't even think maybe it's not the Prodigy remix that they use in Eden of the
It
East.
doesn't matter.
But either way,
Dwelling.
I'm not dwelling. I thought it was a good anime.
See, that's fine. The anime's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean I wouldn't go to an Oasis concert, but I would go to it. I would go to it if it was the dudes from Lost who were like the pretend Oasis with Pippin. Pippin's one of them.
Have
you ever seen Lost? Really?
Yeah.
You would really like Lost,
No, I
but
wouldn't.
yeah, you would.
That's why I didn't watch it.
What?
It's just like The Wire. I wouldn't watch
I haven't seen The Wire, but I
Good.
haven't ruled that out. I haven't ruled it out. Why do you think you wouldn't like The Wire?
it because
As a person who hasn't seen it either.
It's a consistent. If everybody is telling me this is the greatest show ever, I know that
Who has said that?
Everyone has said The Wire is the greatest show ever made.
Did they say that to you before The Sopranos came out?
No, The Wire was way after.
I know. Who still talks about The Wire with such
Everybody
revere?
still does. It's a consistent thing. If anybody,
Andrew Maguire?
exactly. If everybody
Sounds like
is
something Andrew
telling you-
Maguire would say.
If everybody is telling you this is the greatest thing, you have to watch it. 50% of those people, and this is just a blanket statement, 50% of those people's taste is in their mouth.
The greatest
They
thing.
should not be telling me what is good and what isn't, and I know for a fact it's what, if you're telling me this is awesome, it's dog shit. I'm not gonna. I don't have that much time.
Unless it's One Piece.
I don't have that much time, and I'm not watching it.
Unless it's One Piece.
Not gonna watch One Piece. I already read it.
You don't know the real spirit of Wano.
Fuck off.
You just
I
don't
know the spirit of Wano.
Not truly. Not truly.
That's a good point to end on.
You never could. You can never. You can never understand it in a way that you could with the music and the voice acting and the millions of dollars they're spending on per episode.
Oh, hon, we're not open. Nope. Doors. On doors.
We're not looking at that.
Don't look back in anger.
I killed it. Yeah.
I killed
I thought
it.
I still had. Yeah. Oh, you killed it. I was like, I thought I still had that live.
Yeah, but might as well just wrap it up. It's been a beautiful little nerd. We're just been nerding out, which is fun. Also, only 2 cameras, so it's even easier to edit, which is awesome.
Tell the people your struggle.
Yeah,
It's real.
I'm just saying, it's not for the faint of heart. But thanks for listening. We'll see you
next week.
We'll see you next week. It'll probably just be me and Chris, because I don't know. Dan is.
You never know. We might have Merlin.
Maybe we'll have Merlin. Maybe I'll hit up Andrew McGuire.
No, I don't want that grease monkey in this fucking room.
Well, he doesn't listen to this, so I don't even got to cut it out.
I don't give a fuck. I'll tell him. I'll say it to his face in cursive. I am not going to sit here and listen to that loud. Yes, his hair's always greasy.
He's a Bud Light guy.
Wash your hair.
He's a Bud Light guy.
Wash your hair.
Either way. All right. See you next week. Thanks for joining us.
Those letters coming.
Keep them coming. Bye-bye.